Tell them run it up. I wake up. Yeah. I wake up. Flex. Thumb down now. Check. No drip this. Wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up. Flex. Thumb down now. Check. No drip this. Wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turned to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ and Tom Brady. I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check. No drip this, wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check. No drip this, wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to Europe. I call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry. Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself, they getting buried. Dance with the devil, used to love playing those games. Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain. I made a promise to her, swore that I would change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name. I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check. No drip this, wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check. No drip this, wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. It's only 8 a.m. I won't do it for the ground. I'm my 2020, whoa, whoa. Woke up to deposits and it's only 8 a.m. Do it for the fam, I don't do it for the gram. Do it for my daughters, do it for my little man. That's my 2020, reason why I win. Lot of missed calls, looking bloody in my call log. I bet to myself, I'm not sorry that I logged dog. Check my mental health, I was feeling like a lost dog. Bounce back and wipe my paws off. Get it off the humble and I stick to what I know. Nights on top of nights, long nights took a toll. Took some steps back, but I still get up and I go. And now you know, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, yeah. New Jeep, no doors with it, no. I won't stop now, who you kidding, kidding. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma send it, I'ma send it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. Pressure on me daily, got the family on my back. Dreams are getting bigger, put the city on my map. Rolled inside my palm, but I'll try not to get attached. Moment that is here, could be over just like that. Fast car, no NASCAR. I was never working hard, I guess I'm mad smart. Top speed like a rocket, it was blast off. 6 figures from my couch without a mask on. Waited for my cycle like a laundromat. Going to the moon, it's on top and that. 2 straight years of dropping back to back. Epidemic jumping like an acrobat. I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, yeah. New Jeep, no doors with it, no. I won't stop now, who you kidding, kidding. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma send it, I'ma send it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it.
Good morning all. Hope everyone is well. Hope everyone is doing good. Happy Friday to all. Let me see where all systems go. You guys know the drill, but hope you're all well. And yeah, we look good here. We look good. Let's have a look what we got going on the charts here. So we start off today is going to be, as you can probably see in the title, NFP day today. So obviously important day in the markets. First Friday of every month is NFP. Market waits for it. We normally see, some good movement, and I'm gonna break down NFP, the whole of NFP for you guys. All right. So what I'm expecting and why I can be wrong, why I can be right, all that good stuff. So obviously JPY bank holiday today, but we're not trading in a JPY session, so it's not going to be too important, but it is a little bit less of JPY interaction here. Otherwise clean for London session. I mean, the main thing here is going to be NFP. Why is NFP so important? Because it, of course, employment, and a big part of the economy is the working class, of course, right? And people who have jobs and who don't have jobs. So that is a very big part of the economy. Now obviously if there's more people being employed, means the economy is doing well, because companies are expanding, people are employing, all of this stuff, right? So that's basically how it works. Unemployment rate, obviously if unemployment rate ticks up, means that more people are getting unemployed, companies have to lay off, they're not doing as well, economy is not booming, blah 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 blah, etc etc etc, right? So that is just a basic. So that's why it's an important figure, because it's kind of like showing the strength of the economy, right? And we get that first Friday of every month, so we get to see that month to month. Now if we look at numbers, we can see that yesterday we have a little bit of a hint, right? Because we can see how many people claiming unemployment here, right? So we can see that there's less people claiming unemployment than their forecast, but same as previous. So nothing really changed. That's why we never saw a big reaction yesterday in the markets. So this is realistically the same here, right? I mean, 8 to 12, not really going to be a big deal here, and same as previous, so literally the same. So first we're going to do the analysis and then let a few more people come in. Once a few more people come in, I'm going to break down NFP so that I don't get asked, what do you expect for NFP? At least we can get the majority of people in here. But looking at, we'll start off with GJ here. Now, yesterday, GJ is pretty much okay to sell, because we're having, these big intervention moves here, liquidity grabs, but they're all coming towards the downside. We have yet to see liquidity grabs coming towards the upside, which I doubt we'll see. Only thing that will cause that is basically news, GBP news, etc. Now, obviously it's been extremely difficult to time these dumps here and to be involved in this, and of course the bias at these times has been inherently here bullish, right? So it's hard to look for sells, and obviously here you can see sells are not really playing out until this. Yesterday is basically the first day where we see actually clean options continue during the session. Last time we saw basically a dump right in one candle here, very hard to get in, started to recover, again one candle dump, started to recover, but yesterday we had continuation. We had resistance formed, and we had good price action and good continuation here on the charts, and actually was pretty clean yesterday in terms of price action standpoint. Remember yesterday on stream we were discussing that if you want to take sells on GJ, where's it going to come? Below 194,500. So yesterday after stream, if you manage to capitalize on that, then congrats. That is going to be basically the trade. And then after that, a little bit later on, there was a few more setups. This setup here as well, the close below the range here. Actually, one of some of our members took that as well. Were you ever on a sell during an intervention? Must have been something. No, the only time I've caught like one of those news moves was actually a buy, but it popped up around I think 80 pips. The best buy I had was on gold, and there was a flash news event, and I literally bought the literal 1 minute candle before the flash news event, and it popped 100 pips, right? So and I can tell you it's not what it seems. Yeah, spreads are very high, slippage, maybe if you're trying to close, the trade doesn't close, so all of that stuff goes on, right? That's basically how it is. So spread so big, my TP hit but money made peanuts. Yeah, that's how it is, right? That's how it is. So but yesterday was the first day we saw some clean price action here, right? Close below the range, not stupid stop losses where you have to be running you know, crazy stop losses like this to be able to get into positions. This is actually a little bit normal price action, which is very nice to see. I mean, just take this position, for example, 36 pip stops. Not bad when you have, you know, a 70 pip target here, right? So definitely does make sense, and I'm happy to see this come in. Now, if we can change on a GJ here, if we can adapt to a selling bias here, it's going to be okay to trade, right? It's going to be okay to trade, and I'm going to be interested myself. So if we're having here, looking at this weekly candle close, we'll look at it next week, but this is first showing us rejection here. Again, on a weekly time frame, we could bounce out of here, but there's two good things. First of all, we've had major rejections, two major rejections, right? We've had two interventions. So even if we do bounce out of here, I would be surprised to see, you know, unless we bounce very aggressively, because that's what they're saying. Bank of Japan is basically saying if we see volatile movement in the FX space, that is where we look to intervene. But if we see continuation of growth, small moves towards the upside, those pullbacks can be tradable. If those pullbacks create resistance, that can also be way more safer tradable, because we know sell bias here on GJ is a lot safer because, you know, there's no risk of being caught out in intervention. If an intervention happens, we're happy, right? So that's how that's going to work. Now, analysis for today. If you look at daily time frame yesterday, we popped now into this daily consolidation. So this expansive move up, we've just retraced it and completed that. Now we're back inside of the range. So this can be one of our big liquidity grabs here. It kind of reminds me of this time back here when we kind of did the same thing. You know, this looks similar, but on a smaller scale here. On a smaller scale, kind of this type of scenario. It reminds me of that scenario if you look at this here. But imagine that on a smaller scale, it's kind of the same thing. Obviously, if we lose 190 here, I think we have some nice selling options all the way back to the 188s and potentially lower. But if we bounce and start to fail, we could look for that lower high on the daily even to continue down. But bouncing from here as well can give buy options at a discounted price where we don't have to worry about yen getting too weak, because yen has already had its time to have a little bit of strength here of almost 1,000 pip pullback. Now if we go check GXY, we've also had a nice little bounce here on GXY, a much needed bounce on GXY. So now that tells me, look, since we've bounced on GXY here, we're probably not gonna see them need to do much until probably we make either lower high or new lows. But I expect this bounce to continue here, even if that, you know, calls for a pullback on GJ, because still higher time frame on GJ, believe it or not, we're still bullish, right? We're still bullish, believe it or not, on higher time frames. This looks very scary on lower time frames, but if you zoom out, you can see macro trend is still being respected here, and respected well indeed. So that's what we have to wait for here. Now, looking at this session, previous daily closing bearish, previous 4-hour closing bearish, we're sitting right at this previous weekly support. So we basically retested weekly support here. If we bring back drawings like this, you can see very close to retesting weekly support. I think if sells are going to make sense, we probably have to get below. Getting below that will also be getting back into this 4-hour range. You can see how this 4-hour range was troublesome. Every time we got above it, we came back, retested it, bounced off. Only then did we break below. Same again when we got back above it, we came, retest, bounced off it, then below. And you can see yesterday, same reaction came from the top of the range as well. So we're trading within this range here. So personally, I would like to see us break back outside of the range to get a continuation towards the downside, and that will make a lot more sense. Now, if you could pull back into these ranges here, we have to be careful that that is not a support creation that is going to leave price towards the upside. Now, we have some very juicy ranges for next week that will be able to maximize if we see price action continue to be clean, because if we have price leaving 193s here, you have clean shot to 193 500s and potential continuation, or even just leaving, yeah, I would say 192 800 here, you have clean shot towards the upside as well. So for sells today, probably what you would want to see is you would not only need to see a close below this weekly resistance and 4-hour support, but you need to see some sort of resistance below it. Otherwise, you get caught in a fake out that's happening right now, right? These type of fake outs, this is an exact fake out zone. You can see that this is the exact wick that came from that zone. Now, if you imagine this as a reversal pattern, if price is going to do a reversal pattern, you're going to see this and then that. Right, that's what's going to happen. And then obviously your buys can come above here later on. Today is even a possibility, or more where I'm looking into next week, right? and then maybe we see it's a question mark, does that bias roll over, and then we continue that sell bias, right, which we can go obviously and trade day by day, because that is the way we trade. Now if it creates high lows, then boom, we can trade it back towards the upside, and trust that these two big interventions are, you know, propping up the yen enough at least to get retracements up to this previous, you know, kind of swing high here that we have now, which is at the 195s, which would still keep yen would still keep yen strength in the market. Times up here was scary, obviously here was scary, and you know, coming back to here will be okay. Next week is bank holiday. Yes, I think it is Monday bank holiday for London, right? So that probably idea will play out by New York. But now looking at what we have on price, this is what you don't want to get involved in, is these type of fake outs. You probably want to look for structure below here to continue price towards the downside. And then once you get price creating structure here, then it will be pretty straightforward to look for that. If not, then price probably wants to just range a little bit here, and yeah, and see, you know, we'll see what ends up happening here. Obviously it's in a range right now. Now let's look at gold here, and we'll talk about NFP in the same, you know, at the same time here. So looking at gold here, yesterday obviously that sell-off continuing this sell-off continuing, I forgot I was on a 30-minute, this sell-off continuing from London here. So that's nice to see how the sell-off just ended up continuing. Bias was right yesterday, analysis was right. Actually one of our guys held the whole sell-off here down towards the daily support, which was what a, you know, pretty good runner to hold. Definitely did its business here. Now looking at the analysis where we ended up on the market, so if we look at weekly time frame here, obviously weekly candle now has broken the previous weekly lows. Now moving back onto daily time frame, daily has now closed bearish. Remember that yesterday we were speaking, even though this closed in the range, as long as we respect the highs, there's a chance this can close bearish, with the 4-hour creating resistance yesterday. But now we've tapped 4-hour target and are bouncing off 4-hour target here. So what we could see happen here is we could see either this do two things here. So it being NFP day, normally price likes to do a little bit of like funny business, like go above the highs, then come back below the lows, and then come back in the range. That's what I notice a lot, right? That's what I notice a lot. Price break the highs, go back below the lows, and then come back inside of the range. That's basically what happens during an NFP day. Then, you know, looking at basically the charts here of the 4-hour, previous daily is closing bearish, but 4 hours creating 1, 2, 3 candles. This candle you can consider doji, but 3 candles worth of support. So if you're breaking the high, yes, it does make sense for continuation towards the upside, maybe up to this resistance here at 315. You could see that continuation come into the market here, where price literally breaks the high and starts to continue here. It's very, very possible. But at the same time, if we start to create resistance here, price could end up starting to sell as well, right? Now, what do I expect for NFP here? So NFP, we have had incredible numbers for the past couple of months here. If we look at NFP numbers, look, you know, always above forecast, right? 353, 275, 303. We've had good numbers come in. Now they're forecasting numbers to come back lower than the previous month here. Based on what we're seeing, we could see, since numbers came back pretty much the same here, we could see this number come back like a little bit lower. We could see it come in like the 200s, right? 220. We could see it come in 215. Unemployment rate tick up to 3.9, just based on how much positiveness we've had. It wouldn't be out of the question. That would do what? That would send gold up, right? So that would send gold up. Now, you know, I do like how gold has been, you know, continuing down here. And I do, you know, it's obviously been nice to trade and easier to trade the gold shorts here. And, you know, we could see that continuation, especially if we remain below 2300 has been our key level here, right? We can see how 2300, every time we remain above it, I'm pretty much bullish higher time frame. When we get below 2300 is where I'm starting to see, okay, fine, sells are making more sense when we're below 2300. Not that we can't sell to it if it makes sense, but just in terms of higher time frame perspective. So what I expect here for gold here is I expect basically numbers it's hard to say, but I do expect numbers not to come back higher than expected. Now, I could be wrong here. If they do come back higher expected for another month, which will be, you know, very positive, yes, you will see the gold sells continue, and we adapt to the market. That's why we wait for news. But keep in mind, if we do see those numbers come back as expected, or a little bit lower, more so a little bit lower, you could see that reversal start to come into play, and you could find your, you know, gold by NFP up to the 2350s again before next week starting to see that roll over again. Now, we could have a spike. NFP does like to do those spikes, and that's how we'll adapt after news and be able to trade that after news by seeing, okay, what's going on. But remember, if numbers do come back, you know, basically more positive here, you know, which means that we're seeing higher employment, then we'll probably see those sells continue here, and that sell bias will continue for the rest of the week going into Friday. Now, if we look at this from a technical standpoint, this technically could be a liquidity grab down to here to give NFP to come back up here. Even if daily does end up coming back up here, it still could end up rolling over next week. So a bounce does make sense out of here. But at the end of the day, we're still holding that lower high, lower low structure. But this is what's just changed. It is obviously now we had lower high, lower low. Right here's our new low, and then we had lower high, lower low, and then boom, lower high. But now boom, we respected support. So we're respecting that daily support that we just made, right? So we're respecting, we retest that daily support right now. So what we need is we basically, for sells to make sense, we need to get below 2300 is where sells would make sense. But it being NFP day, I do expect us to probably pop in this range here. What I would like to see for sells is if we could come outside of this range. We have this 1 hour support right here. This is our previous range. A lot of people would be trying to buy above this high, but if we respect this 1 hour support, do not close above it, maybe wick, and then come back in the range and break this support down here, I think sells could make sense, and we'll have volume to push through these zones here, probably around the same time we had yesterday's trade. So I want to see that liquidity grab first, this classic London liquidity grab. It will also cause a fake out back inside the range, and relying on the daily candle, because remember, in the session here, we are a little bit more bullish postured. The reason we're a little bit more bullish postured is because of we having 3-4 hour candles closing. So we can't really ignore that too much, but we can also keep in mind that maybe before news, we can see that this come down, maybe ends up somewhere down here, and then boom, news gives that move towards the upside, and that's how basically today plays out. And we see something like that. Now for buys, they do make sense as well because of the 4 hour candles, but I want to see a support above here. So it's basically the opposite of what I'm looking for sells. But remember, I'm not buying and selling in the same place. What I'm looking for is I'm looking for either price to fake out, get below the support for sells, right? Or I'm looking for price to close above this and then to continue for buys. 1 hour closing above 1 hour is good for confirmation. We need, isn't it? Yeah, it would be great to see that, to see the 1 hour close above as well. Would give us more confirmation here if we were to have that 1 hour candle closing above the 1 hour support here. And you can just see that range, how important it was here, here, here. So breaking back into that, I feel we could see that upside. If not, then price might want to come back down here before going up. But in order to sell, I mean, the thing is that if you sell early, like let's say this 15-minute candle now closes below the range, you might get caught in the liquidity grab, same liquidity grab that happened yesterday, right? Same liquidity grab that happened yesterday. So we need to keep that in mind. That's just something that gold likes to do during London, right? And you know, we have to adapt to that. Obviously gold is a little bit harder to trade in London, you know, compared to something like GJ. But looking at GJ, it might be, you know, setting up for next week for sure, to be able to do, or even later on today. Now, obviously after NFP, that's really realistically when you want to be trading. I wouldn't recommend trading in New York before NFP, right? So New York Open is at 4 p.m. my time, NFP is at 4:30. I wouldn't recommend trading that 30 minutes, or I don't really trade a little bit earlier than that, just in case you see inconsistency. It's not going to be the best, right? So just be careful with that and don't really push yourself to do that. It's Friday as well, unless you're playing full margin Friday. If you're playing full margin Friday, then good luck, you know, and then you'll have redeposit Monday. But you know, that's not the best way to not the best way to run it. So yeah, See, would you consider taking the bounce play on GJ or too aggressive? Have been looking at it since yesterday, it's keeping a support. Yeah, the bounce play on GJ I don't think will come until you at least leave the 192 800s here. Everything is pointing down on GJ for the minute, as we have daily bearish and 4-hour bearish. So realistically, what you want to see is you want to see that 4-hour close bullish. That will give you the confidence, because if you try to fire the bounce play too early, you could just end up in that, right? And then you're taking a buy somewhere above here, and then you end up a little bit in profit. You put your stop loss below here, and boom, you're stopped out. Just for it to do what we said in the beginning of stream, just for when we said it would come here, retest, right? Because we're waiting for resistance below, retest, and then boom, that gives you that play, and then you're actually trading the real bounce play. So that's how the bounce play would play out there. And yeah, that's the breakdown, that's the overall analysis. So hope you guys enjoyed the analysis, hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown. And yeah, about how much of us? 360 of us in stream. Appreciate everyone showing up. Liked 26 now. Thank you. Yeah, 26 likes. Get the likes up to 150 so I don't have to ask for that YouTube business. You guys know the drill. Hate to say it, but part of the game. JPY bank holiday today? Yes, it is a JPY bank holiday. Hey Harry, wondering how long can Japan keep up with the intervention? I saw the numbers, it's nuts. They don't have any limit. They can keep doing interventions. But remember, interventions are extremely expensive for them to do. So they try to do it as least as possible and only when necessary. But this is the first time I've seen interventions actually be successful. This is the first time interventions have actually been successful, as to where they just don't immediately get bought back up. So if we look at previous interventions here on USD JPY, you can see that previous interventions normally just get bought back up here, except for the one up here. This worked as well, and the one back here has worked. But of course, that must have cost them a fortune to do that. But we might be finding a short-term top, and we could see something like this, where this brings us back down to the 150s. Right, same thing like this. This brought you down from 151s to the 132. That's a pretty drawdown. Maybe I'd expect something more like this, where we see this thing, you know, bring us back down to these levels here. Even we could see us, you know, if things want to get pretty bearish here, we could see things come back down to 147s is possible. But, you know, probably a bounce first, and then we have to analyze, you know. How much money do you think interventions cost them? Wow, to move it 500 pips, man. Sheesh. I wonder actually, 500 pips. I think you can Google it. How much they spend on interventions? I'm not sure, but depends on the size of the intervention. This is obviously a maximum size intervention. I mean, USD JPY moving 500 pips here is nuts. On the other hand, interventions are successful only small time frames. Their definition, I don't think they were. That is also true. Higher time frame, they don't do anything, but it has given some relief in the yen, which also gives us relief, because now at least we can have some sort of ranges to trade in and not have to worry about buying into highs and stuff like that, right? And that's what's more important, you know. Alright, won't be here from Monday for a week, going for a trip. We'll miss your stream. No problem. Better go on that trip and work out so you don't continue being small. There we go. Yeah, 23 billion. Yeah, 23 billion. Wow. Yeah, pretty big. It's a pretty big buy, you know. People are here crying about... you know, crying about losing $100, $50. These guys just lost 23 billion. Like, what do you you understand the level of money here? You know, these guys just lost 23 billion. Nuts. Sir, can I make money with you? Yes, if you know what you're doing, of course. You know, that's the goal here. But if you're going to act silly, then You're probably not, because you're not going to understand what's going on. You have to have some understanding, right? Thanks to his signals, I'm able to make money for my family. Thank you. Is that serious? But you're welcome. You're just joking. How'd you learn about trading? I was in crypto first, so it was a natural transition. Natural transition. Thoughts on following signals? I don't think... Listen, I'll tell you the truth. I have spoken to a lot of people who have followed signal groups for a long time, and they don't do well long term. They normally give the money back. You have to remember, signals are very tough to follow because you have to be at the charts when the signal is sent. You have to know exactly how to calculate things very, very fast. Whereas I prefer to trade as a group of people, right? So what you have to do is you have to look at, okay, what's the plan? What is going on? You know, why are they entering here? Does it make sense? So that when the signal, let's say, is sent, you already know what's happening, and it's just an extra confirmation for you. So don't be fooled. And also remember, a lot of these guys, not all of them, but I would say a majority of these signal groups, they don't actually do well, right? Been watching for a week. Week is spelled W-E-E-K, not W-E-A-K. And I have no clue what's going on, because you're probably confused. Remember, this is the top level here on stream. When we're trading on stream, we're trading on the advanced, not advanced stuff, but I'm trading at my maximum capacity in terms of all of the concepts, in terms of analysis. So if you're a beginner and don't understand any concepts, of course this is going to be slightly confusing, because we're actually doing the job of trading. You might not know what setup 1 is. You might not know what I mean by liquidity grab. You might not know what I mean by, okay, price rejecting this zone. You might not know what it means by key level. So that is exactly why I have a YouTube channel to help you with that stuff, right? So if you get confused with something, you can come back to my YouTube channel and you can watch the video that supports that. For example, I don't know what setup 1 is. Go ahead and watch my 3 price action setup video, right? I don't know how you take your breakout trades. What's a breakout? I just want a video that helps me with everything. Take my course, right? That's why I put my course on YouTube for free, so you can catch up on this stuff, right? Here's the course video, and there you go. Update win rate, I think it's 63 wins. I don't know. I think it is 62 wins. I don't think it's 63. Let's see. What did we start yesterday's stream with? Yeah, it is 63 wins. You're right, you're right. Okay, thanks, man. Thanks, man. First time someone actually wants me to add wins to my journal. We can add it. You trade GBP at NY session yesterday? No, personally I didn't. I missed my original entry. There was some nice options, but I was at the gym. I wasn't too locked in. I should have been a little bit more locked in. I'm not in a rush with GG, but I think this was an option here. Break of this low to continue down bearish. Stop loss above these highs. I think after that, it was pretty hard to... until it started to break out here. Impulsively taking sells here, I don't agree with, right at support. This one here, yes, but if you put stop above the previous candle, would have got tapped. How are you, sir? All good, man. All good. Yeah, man, you can follow him. Be aware that we don't always win, as you can see on screen. Yeah, that's fact of trading, right? Hi, what do you have planned for the weekend? Nothing. I just need to catch up on a few bits and pieces of work. And then I have webinar. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing really planned just yet. I'll see what happens. I'll see what happens. Did you learn from Oliver Velez? Not sure what he is. Not sure who he is. Not what he is. Who he is. Win rate is 76.8. Thank you. Thank you. I'll change that as well. Backtesting session this weekend. We did backtesting session in the exclusive group. Actually, if you haven't watched my backtesting, I posted it for free for you guys. The backtesting session we did in the exclusive group, I posted it on YouTube here, this backtesting session. Look, it's a 40-minute backtesting session. He coined the term swing trading? Yeah, then I definitely didn't learn from him because I don't swing trade. Harry, what video do you have planned? I don't think I'm gonna post a video this week because I want to hear feedback of what videos you guys want to see, because you guys don't seem too interested in the videos. So I need to make sure that you guys find a video. I make a video that's worth making. Otherwise, it's, you know, not really worth my time. Also, I have a special video coming. I think I have a special video coming. I'll probably film a day in the life video. Do you think market will move two directions for gold after the news today, or one way? I think we'll see an initial spike, and then depending on what news comes out as, that spike can be reversed or continued. We just need more clickbait titles, I guess. Yeah, but I think, yeah, I think day in the life is what people want to see. Stuff like that, more entertaining content, which I understand. In the day in the life video, show how you go over our plans and comment on them. I can do that, but then I get haters in my comments saying that I'm trying to sell the exclusive. Even though it is literally a part of my day in the life. You know, they're like, oh bro, stop marketing, you know? They'll always find something. Yeah, I know, but if I can avoid it, then I'll just not even do it, right? Then they can't complain. But yeah, just to annoy them this week, let's do it, right? Let's do it. As a matter of fact, only show your activities in the group. That would definitely make them happy. I'm a bodybuilder, so I want to see you crush it in the gym. Yeah, I enjoy posting that stuff. This is a day in the life? Yeah, this is a morning in the life. Morning in the life. You get a morning in the life every day. Every day you get a morning in the life. Interesting early option here, huh? This breaking this low here. But I wanted to see that liquidity grab. What's that? 32 pips. How much we pushed here? 17. How much is the range here? 32. Yeah, exactly a 1-to-1 if you were to take it, break of the low. With the 1 hour closing bearish, that's actually not bad. We've got to use the London volume for the range. Yeah. I just really thought after yesterday, you saw how aggressively it did that liquidity grab. I thought it would need it here. Same 5-minute candle come through. Boom. You'd see it come through. Absolutely wreck everyone and then go. Sells below there. Yeah, that could make sense as well. Both EU and GU at the top of the range. Let's have a look what's going on with them. Alright, previous daily bullish here, previous 4 hour also bullish. Yeah, but you're sitting on bullish session, so if you're going to take it as counter trend, you need to see second structure break. So probably you end up selling below here. You know, something like this. Otherwise, yeah, you're looking to leave the whole range here. Daily flipped on gold, yeah. Doesn't mean too much though. Doesn't mean too much. Are we not trading GJ? From next week, probably now, if we get some cleaner price action, we can start. But you can't have traded GJ in these intervention times. Also, I hope you guys haven't. If you guys are on prop firms, make sure that you haven't traded GJ in these times here. Because I'm pretty sure they will deny any type of payouts here. Because they will consider this as, what do you call it? They'll consider this as, what do they call it? They have like this, what is it? Consistency rule? How do you say non-consistent? They'll basically punish you for this for sure. But yes, we are looking to trade GJ now that we are seeing some sort of continuation. The last time we had a dump, it literally got bought back up and then dumped again, got bought back up and then dumped again. At least yesterday we had continuation, so now we can see what's going on, right? Bro, is it the right time to long GJ? Probably not, but if you get lucky and this is the bottom, then yeah, obviously, but it's 50-50 at the moment. There's no confirmation that this is a bottom. Running stops just here is probably not going to be the best idea. We don't have anything closing bullish from here, you know. Bro, also FTMO will deny any news trades. I'm not sure. You'll have to ask someone on FTMO. We do have some people on FTMO. As far as I know, you have a certain period before news and a certain period after news. But I'm not sure holding through news is fine. Look into an account called Swing. Yeah, you did mention that swing trade accounts, they don't matter. They don't matter when it comes to news. Can you please answer your question? Yeah, can you just repost it? Sometimes I miss it. Actually, no, I see it here. I see it here. No need. I love your videos on wick fills. Can you please share more on that in a new video? Will be very helpful. Yeah, we can consider this. What we're waiting for on gold, we'll have to see here. I'm not rushing into anything on NFP day. But this did look like a good option. Now that it's of course played out, always looks a good option. But at the time I was expecting one more liquidity grab here, as we've been seeing here on gold. something like this, right? So you have this high. This is what I was expecting. You have a high. Price then tries to break above that high, break below to come back down, fails. Boom. Does the liquidity grab, then change structure, then goes down. If spreads were super small, would you apply the setups on 1 minute? No, they're not consistent enough on 1 minute time frame. 1 minute time frame is not a consistent time frame because of volume. Right? Always lows and highs are getting disrespected. I have watched this live of yours several times, but I've never heard of you to tell me to like it. I say it in the beginning of the stream. If you wanted, I call it YouTube business to leave a like on the stream. But I just don't like saying it too much because it's a little bit annoying. But it definitely does help. I'm planning to set a new goal. If we can get streamed to 900 viewers, right? If we can get streamed to 900 viewers, then we'll do another giveaway. Bro, you say jobless claims were good for USD. Why did GU? It came out same as last forecast, so nothing really changed. Last actual data. So from last month to this month, nothing changed. So we saw no reaction in the market since nothing changed, right? Seeing Dixie fail here a little bit more. Look at that, broke below this range here instead of doing the bounce. Tried the bounce, but the bounce failed, right? That's what we would have expected to see. What's very interesting here is we're seeing dollar weakness here and gold weakness, right? Seeing a bit of both. Pretty interesting. My spreads on regular FTMO are right around 3 pips now. For what pair? Will you prefer 500 personal account or 10k prop? I prefer you trade 500 personal account and prove to yourself, even if you're risking only 5 euros a trade, 4 euros a trade, but make sure, you know, just to build consistency. Once you build consistency, then boom, you can go take that prop firm. But that will prove to you by trading a small account. You know? Yeah, because at least it will give you some emotion as well. How long till I make my first million off trading? I've been here for a while now, Sharp. How much do you have? That's my point. What do you have right now? What are you trading with right now? If you're trading with 50k, it's gonna take a while to reach a million, my friend. If you're trading with 500k, no, it's not gonna take that long. Probably 2 years. Contemplating this buy on DAX. Let's have a look. It's loading for me. Getting above there. Yeah, I think that can make sense, but you'll have to watch. Oops, where's my drawing? Oh, I can't draw with Tradingview drawing. It's not very smart. Let me get my zoom drawing. If you take it here, you need to watch this rejection zone. Investigate what is this rejection zone. So once you break that, if you start to see it fail, then you kind of have to say, okay, fine, it's probably not going to be the best. You can go see it. Looks a little bit different on mine. Just like that rejection on Frankfurt Open, yes, it is nice. It does make sense, but just keep an eye on that zone, right? gold move was beautiful. It was really nice. Clean move here towards the downside here. Definitely can consider that, but no liquidity grab, right? So you kind of have to, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? You have to take the option of, fine, I'll get stopped up for 30 pips. And then have to re-enter like yesterday again. Two years make a 2x. Yeah, man, 2 years will, in 2 years, you can make a 100% gain in trading very easily. That's only 5% a month, less than 5% a month. That means for 2 years, you have to earn per month an average of like 4 or 3%. It's very possible. It's very possible. It's not crazy. Trust me. Prefer not to, but it was a juicy one for the ones in. Yeah, I guess. Wish we got that. It would be very easy, very nice if. But I do that in less than a year. So how can it take so long? Yeah, but that's my point. 2 years, you're safe. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to tell you, is that you're safe. You're safe to do it in 2 years. Bro, you got chubby? Yes, sir. We eating, brother. We eating. Time to get big. You ain't gonna get big looking skinny, brother. Can't be like chisel faced all the time. 5% body fat. They're saying being fat is good against winter weather. Yeah, but we're going into summer. I've competed with 3% body fat. Nice, man, nice. You have to get very lean to compete. Cut your hair for me? I do need a haircut. I will go for a haircut. Me too, bulking right now. Eated melted dark chocolate. That sounds good. The times when you did your bodybuilding show, your face was crazy skinny? Yeah, it was, because I was super lean, right? When you're super lean, your face will come in. But this is how I normally look like. What's one piece of trading advice you heard that changed your life ever since? There's never been trading advice that changed my life. I think it's been a process. But one I would say thing that has changed my life is that I should stop worrying about things that are outside of my control. And I think a lot of us human beings go through life worrying about things that are literally outside of our control. You know, it's literally outside of our control. And you know, I applied that into trading, right? Because if I take a trade based on a profitable plan that I've been using for a long time, that I know that works, and I followed everything to my best ability and focused in on everything, and the plan fails, then I shouldn't worry about it, because I'm worrying about something that is outside of my control. Now, if it keeps failing, then yes, I need to get control of that. I need to see that, okay, listen, there's something going wrong here. But otherwise, I should not worry about it. I should just focus on more important matters, right? Can you give example on something without your control? Something that's not in your control is, let's say someone is bad mouthing you, right? Or you're having a fight with someone that you've done nothing. Like, why worry about that? You spend your time worrying, trying to rectify things, and there's nothing to rectify because you've done nothing, you know? So you're worrying about something that is not in your control. You can't control that. Big dump on gold. Would you wait for break of 2300? Yeah, this move was freaking clean, man. This is a little bit upsetting. Yesterday, it fucked with a liquidity grab first before doing this type of move here. You know, I would have wanted to see just at least maybe a decent top wick here on the 1 hour to give me more confidence that we're not going to get a candle just coming out of nowhere. Especially with the 4 hour candles closing so bullish here. You know, you called the top right there. But it is a nice little reversal where we have this candle bearish, next one closed bullish, and then this one. But I just wish this candle here did this. If this candle did this, where we see a little bit of a longer wick, that'll give me confidence to take it on this. Use this level here as a watch zone in case we get that. Right? But obviously, it's a nice move. Like a set 5, yeah, it is a setup 5. Exactly. But not top of range, this is just top of this resistance. Because this has only been tapped twice, right? We tapped it here and tapped it here. This broke this resistance. So if you look at this breaking this resistance, we could do this to do that. Why could we have done that? Because 4 hour candles are bullish. So now it makes all sense. But if price could just continued up like this, you would have said, okay, it doesn't make sense. Which is why beginning of the plan, I would like to see, okay, price attempt to come down here. Then we fail and continue down. Yeah, I was waiting for the NYPM high sweep before the dump. Yeah, it's always safer in London to wait for that type of move outside of the range back in to take the move, because we see that. We see that happen a lot, right? More often than not, that happens, unless we're in a trending move, which we're not in a trending move. We're in a range here, right? So since we're in a range, then we have to be careful of that happening in the range. It being NFP day, I see that a hell of a lot happen in NFP day. Like even yesterday we were in a trending move, but still we got the liquidity grab first back up to the level, and then we continued the dump, right? And I don't think there's any pullbacks on 5. Yeah, no pullbacks on 5. So you definitely need, I mean, price could bounce back from the bottom of the range even. Can we change your name to something else? What you want to change it to, brother? Yeah, this is the trade. That 15. Stop a little bit higher. You know, it will make a difference, trust me. Even though here it seems like so small, right? And this moving SL to BE when candle moves 10 pips doesn't mean anything. Just because it moved 10 pips doesn't mean you should go BE. Doesn't make sense to BE. I mean, in this instance, you probably BE'd at the right place by luck, because that's around 10 pips here to that support. But overall, you should be moving BE when it reaches something, right? Not just randomly. Because 1 minute could have just done a pullback here. Like this, come back, retest this resistance. Your entry is right here. Boom, it retests the resistance and then ends up playing. Sharp, I haven't got all day. Why don't you take a trade? Listen, bro, then just leave, please. Please, do yourself a favor. I take a trade, you complain. I don't take a trade, you complain. I don't know what to do, guys. I take a trade, early, right? I take a trade early, we get liquidity grab, all of you leave. Then later on we get the re-entry, you complain that you were not there. I'm always asking what is the yellow line. These yellow lines are my support and resistance, brother. They're my support and resistance. Hurry up and trade. Yeah, but they have to say, listen, we want a winning trade. You know, if you want a winning trade, you gotta be patient, man. Pretty pissed off that this ended up playing out so nicely here. Because this was clean. If I was going to take a trade early, then this should have been the one. But I really wanted that, especially on gold. Remember, this is gold, guys. Gold on NFP day during London. This is the range of danger, this one. Good day to you, Harry. How are you doing? I'm looking for signal. Please give signal. There. Please give signal, sir. Can you check my chart I sent on Discord? Yes, I checked it, man. What's your signal? Hurry up and trade, we want a winning trade. That's not a signal, man. That's not a signal. Okay, how about this for a change? Why don't you guys give me a signal, huh? Why don't you? I'm always here helping you out. Where's my signal then? Huh? I've taught you guys enough. Go give me some signal on some random pair you might be trading. Not gonna take it though. I'm looking for banana bread recipe. Please give me banana bread. Plot twist. Can you check my chat I sent on Discord? Brother, you've asked me 100 times. I've checked it. Wrong stream, sorry. Man, just make sure you're not checking the other stream. Now like the stream? Euros chef, long now. Buy now. That's very bad signals. Long now. Just telling me to long. See guys, at least me, I explain. I give you the reasons why I'm planning to take the trade. Why it makes sense. I took gold longs 45 minutes ago. Now it's next to SL. Oh, that's unfortunate. Here's the signal. I moved into an apartment owned by a listed corporation. Short that corporation now because I'll not be able to pay month. Damn. If they're relying on one apartment for their whole operations, then you must be really living in some huge apartment. Yes, please give me signals. Yo, merchant, sorry brother, but I'll have to tell the mods to ban you. You keep saying, can you check my chart on Discord? And I looked at your chart. Rewind the stream. I looked at it. I took the time and looked at it. So, unfortunately, mods will have to ban. Actually, instead of them, I'll have to do it. You say gold will touch the ceiling. Yeah, but it doesn't mean that we can't break through this later, right? Even though gold has rejected from up here, 2309, if some candle is closing above here, you have a chance for it to continue up. I feel like the next play here on gold is going to be very simple here. What you're going to see, and what I want to see, is since we've had no pullbacks, even 5 minute has not had a pullback here. So obviously we need a pullback. especially after like a 50 pip move. So if we can see price come down here, pullback formed, and then we break this with like maybe London Open, that's probably where you get continuation. If this just fakes out in the range, and then we're just classic NFP ranging. Classic NFP ranging. GJ is still inside of this range. Nothing really much you can do inside of this range because everything is bearish at the moment. So for a reversal play, we need more information. Not terrible range from there to there, but I'd probably prefer from here back to the 4-hour support, to be honest. Just because this is lower high structure, so I feel you would reject somewhere from here, especially with the way the 1 hour is looking. You need something closing above that 1 hour support, which you have 20 minutes, and then there's a 30-minute right there. Yeah, scratch that. If you take your payout from your prop firm, do you lose the account? No way, man. If they did that, that's like a registered scam. Bricks Hive, I'll go half risk, but be very fast. Yeah, you sent that chart earlier on. I missed it. 1 second. Let me see. Just see what you're doing here. See if I can scroll back. Here we go. What is this on? This is on GJ. Okay, yeah. Just make sure you're following. Yeah, fine. If you have a plan towards this. But it will be an aggressive shot, right? Probably not a full risk trade, I feel. Yeah, you said that. I'm talking seconds. Yeah, it literally, I know this is your LTA zone. If it breaks it, quick scalp. Harry, how do you withdraw profits, monthly or quarterly? Great question, brother. I prefer to do it quarterly. Unless I need to withdraw profits for something, then I take it out. So if I want to buy something or I need to pay for something and I want to withdraw, then I'll withdraw when I need it. Otherwise, I prefer to do it quarterly. And recently, I've just been letting my account grow a little bit. That's what I've been doing. And then maybe... at this point, I just basically take money out when I need it to pay for something or whatever. How can I withdraw from my demo account? I can't see the option. Damn. Which confirmation would you need to enter when there are two confirmations, one on different time frames, like minute 1 or minute 5? I want minute 15 confirmation. Minute 15 confirmation is what I want. Hey Harry, do you only trade prop? No, I'm the opposite. I have live account only. That's what I focus on. So I can immediately get paid. Do you trade on break or wait for close? I actually wait for close. I wait for close. What's my view on gold? I've just been explaining my my view on gold. So if you trade prop, you don't get paid straight away. You have to pass the prop, right? So you have to pass phase 1, and then there's also phase 2, right? And then once you pass phase 1, phase 2, yeah, then you get paid. You get paid, but I don't know how they set it up in terms. I think there's like you have to set up a schedule. So either they allow you, okay, yeah, then it's monthly. You get paid monthly, but they have a split, right? Prop firms will, I think, Some prop firms offer 90-10, but most I think are 80-20. Or maybe they upgrade you once they see some sort of consistency, they give you 90% of profits. Are we the only ones who have to listen to this bad music, or do you too? I'm listening to it too, brother. And you enjoy it. Great music. Blue, 83 accounts. Prop firm doing 50%. I know, yeah, you shouldn't be blowing 83 accounts. Not bad if you can grow your account with money from prop. Yeah, it's good to have both running at the same time, or use it as opportunity, you know. How do prop firms make money? They make money from people failing challenges. They don't actually make money from splitting money with traders. Only traders who've been trading with them probably for, like, I would say more than 6 months, only then will they put them on some form of live account. But most of them, you know, that's it. ICT says quit your job in 90 days and follow his silver bullet 1-minute strategy. What do you say? I think that's, for his age and maturity in this industry, I think that's some very bad advice to tell someone to quit their job based on his strategy. First of all, you don't know if they're going to apply the strategy right. Second of all, strategy is the smallest part of trading. I was actually talking to someone about that yesterday, and we were saying how, you know, strategy, once you learn how to once you know how to trade, basically technical wise, it's all an emotional game, right? It's all an emotional game. So even if you learn his strategy and it works, you can go lose everything. ICT losing, look at him doing Robin's Cup. All of this stuff I don't agree with, you know, it all feels weird to me. Requesting you to mentor me. Yeah, you're welcome, man. Show up to the streams daily. Enjoy the vibes, listen in. See us through our losses, our wins, learn from them. Don't complain, but learn. And enjoy the profits as always. You know, that's what we love to do. And look to get better. Try to be better than you were yesterday. That's your goal, right? And that's how you do it. And then if you want to take things seriously, then you're always welcome to join the exclusive group, you know, and that should be how your journey is. And that's how your journey should be. So it's very straightforward. Very straightforward, but very hard. Because it's not as easy as it sounds. You're going to have a lot of bumps on the way, but in terms of the plan of the journey, it's straightforward to say, okay, what's next, especially when you have a good support around you, right? People who can help and give advice is going to help a lot. Hi, could you show me how to do support and resistance? You can just watch my free course on YouTube. It shows you exactly how to do that. I'm profitable after only 1 year of trading, probably because of me being a sociopath. That's pretty good, man. I'm new on your stream. What's your strategy on gold? I've been trading for some time, still didn't find my own way to do it. My strategy on gold is the same way I trade GBP JPY, same way I would to trade any other pair. It's just based off price action. You know, it's based off price action. Did you develop your own strategy? I don't think I'm the developer of price action. But I do think my style of trading is unique to me in terms of what I exactly look for, what I'm comfortable taking and what I'm not comfortable taking. But say we have a group of price action traders and price literally went down towards the downside, probably a lot of those price action traders will be taking something similar, right? How mad would you be if someone snipped your ponytail? Yeah, it needs to be cut anyway. So I would say, you know, I wish you could have styled it a bit better, but at the end of the day, I needed it. That's what I would tell them, you know. How do I join the group? Because I want to take it serious. Yeah, there's now, how many? 9, yeah, 9 spots still remaining. You just join from this link, brother. All the information is here. You can find out all the information. You click this, all the information, everything about it is here. And that's it. And that's it. It saved me $100 for my haircut, you know. How do you learn? I first learned from a guy called Eric Crown. He's a crypto trader. I used to watch him on YouTube, and then just dove into price action, right? Price action. All price action traders are gonna trade the same because it's price action. You can't make up price action. It's just a certain way of trading. What haircut you're going for? Same haircut. You guys won't even notice if I have a haircut. It will look the same. Where are you originally from? I'm originally from England. What do you think about ICT? Look, I've not done that much research into him. I think when I did start, for sure, I was using some of his concepts, but I didn't learn the concepts from him. But I was for sure using some of his concepts when I learned, and it never really worked for me. I found it overly complicated. How many trades should we take a day? I'm like a one and done type guy. So if I take one win a day, I'm done for the day. Does Dubai use Lambos as police cars? No, man. That's just they have a supercar fleet that they normally use just to have, you know? Just as something cool. But 90% of the police force are not driving around in Lambos. One done. Implementing Pip Labs, like how? Where in England? I don't recognize the accent. Yeah, I was born in Dubai and lived in Dubai my whole life, so I don't know what accent I have. People don't realize that's promo? Yeah, it is. Pip Labs rehab feature. Damn. Are you using one-to-ones? I would say, yeah, my trades are mainly one-to-one. Do you follow any sports? Not really. How much were your capital before growing it? Literally, guys, my first live account was 25 grand. No joke. I took it serious. I put 25 grand in an account and then lost. So then I withdrew half of that because I realized, listen, more money doesn't mean bigger trades. But I was like, look, I'm happy to risk $250 in a trade. 1% of that needs 25 grand. So that's where that number came from. Hi, Pip Labs has issues with the demo version. Maybe you're having, but we can't see any issues. So make sure you have a good browser, good internet connection, all of that basic. Remember, this is a browser-based platform. So if you don't have good browser, good internet connection, blah, 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 you're going to have issues. It's just like Tradingview, right? If you have Tradingview and you don't have good browser, it's going to have issues. Now, if you have something crazy that we don't know, then yeah, let us know. But obviously, a lot of people use it and we need to be made aware if anything. But from us using it, you can see there's no issues, right? You can see, you know, it's pretty smooth software here. I cannot switch month in this. Yeah, that's not an issue, my friend. Of course you cannot switch month. It is a demo version. It is locked. That's why it's a demo version. Demo version only gives you, doesn't also look, to unlock more singles, please purchase. So it's not broken, it's that you don't have the full version. Bro, the question must be, what's the issue you're experiencing? See how to solve it. Always assume he is right, regardless of being a small possibility. Yes, but on the demo version, we're pretty confident because it's such a small data set, you know? I'm very confident, and it's not like all features are available on demo. So it's a it's like almost impossible. I'm stuck in the January month and cannot switch, you see? Now he's complaining about being stuck in January month, which is made clear that it's because it's demo. But always, that's why we have a support system, right? So we can hear people. Did you take DAX, bro? That's a clean close. See how it came up to that zone, but no reaction from the zone, right? Yeah, this is a trade that one of our members here was calling here. This was his plan, and this is exactly what I like to see, right? Someone make a plan, took it, went BA at that zone, perfect. Now you're riding the storm. Another one to note, seems like they were truly successful. Yeah, we could just see from price though. So this is good to see. This is exactly what I want to see. You know, people come, they're like, okay, what do you think of this trade? My plan is seeing the close above this range here. Not this. This is a random trade from some random guy. But this trade here, you know, planned it. It's not a random trade. He's planned it from before, right? So this is what I want to see. And then you can see the before and after, right? Here, planning to enter here, break of this high, and then now he's swimming in profits, right? But if he never planned this and just randomly entering, he's going to be extremely lost. Extremely lost. So you have to plan trades always. And if you're not confident in your plan, then you can go and ask, right? Ask question. What do you think of this plan? You think it's stupid or not? And I'll tell you straight up if it's stupid or not. Yeah, entry point wasn't tapped, should still be in. Yeah. You entered, it pulled back on you first and then went up, and then you were fine. Look at gold quick. Guys, I can't do anything if gold is moving, you know? Like, you have to wait for an entry setup. 4 minutes for the candle to close. You're not going to do anything until candle closes. You need to get below this support. Probably below this support here is even going to be safer, to be honest, looking at this. This looks much better, actually, below here. Below here looks a lot better. Below here, I want to see liquidity grab first and then get below. Just passed my futures prop firm. No bots. Nice. Well done. Yes, Harry, been a while. Good to see you. Still smashing it. Love to see your community grow. Thank you, brother. All love and respect. I appreciate you showing up, brother. Appreciate the support. Can I live for 500 euro a month in Dubai at lowest cost? Yeah, I mean, but you're not living in luxury, right? Or, you know, you're living in very basic conditions. Waited for early sell. Let's have a look what's going on. Yeah, nothing closed below as well, right? Session bias bullish. Be careful selling early, right? Things are pushing up. This is also London open now. Interesting 1 hour candle. Let's see how this 1 hour candle can close here. I think you give it room there, right? I mean, on this chart for me, that zone is very far away. So if you entered here, you didn't go B till you get all the way up till here. Yeah, that's where that zone is, right? Most recent support as well. But I'd have to see how it looked on your broker. Because if you, let's say, entered break of this wick, it's very far away. Now you can see it reacting off it. You see? That's where you would be your break even. So it goes, hits that zone, and now if it came back for you, it would save you there. Looks different on FTME and IC. Yeah, that's what makes it a little bit tough. Big stops on this, yeah, but we want either a very heavy pullback on the 1 hour top wick, right? Or we want a nice little top wick liquidity grab and then continue down bearish. I'm afraid this will be a fake out. Yes, that is why we're waiting for price to basically, even if price opens, makes small top wick, breaks the low, I'm waiting for a very deep top wick first or resistance below here. My plan NFP day is going to wait for resistance below to continue for sells. Even 5-minute resistance below will give me more confidence here to take sells to continue towards the downside here. If this just makes top wicks and flies down, yes, it's an option. But how is your Friday? Do you want to give that a shot? I think you can give that a shot, but you're moving to break even very fast. Mild A play done. Nice one, bro. So this is where I prefer to see big top wick made here and then a flip come through. That's what I would personally like to see if I want to take the trade. But if you're taking it based on just this candle flipping here, you can do that, but you'll need to be aggressive, right? I mean, here it's working on a nice little top wick here though. GJ seems like it's trying to bounce at the moment here, guys. But remember, everything is closing bearish. Where are you going to be entering, right? Only impulsive entries here. There's no closures. I mean, 30-minute close can give you the option back towards this resistance here, but you're sitting right at 15. So what I'd prefer to say, I'd prefer to see this candle close bearish, next one close above, and then you can take it to the next zone. Right? Gold making good top wick here. I feel on the flip, on the break of the low, if you can get in on the break of the low, I'm thinking of trying this myself. I can use current candle's top wick, and if it breaks the low and reflips, I just get out, because I'd expect it to break the low and drive. That's what you'd expect. Current candle SL, yeah, because you're expecting price to flip and drive. It's like your scalp. The one you took, this is the same thing. Because we have no structure. Structure was all the way back up here. This has been a straight dump. So if you look at the dump that's happened, like this could easily happen like this and then still continue down later. So if you're just going to take it on the flip, breaking the low, it's literally a scalp to flip. If it reflips, you're out maybe -1 pip or something like that. You just take something like that. You know, can put stop like somewhere here, take it on the flip, but if it reflips, you get out break even. That's how it works. Or just -1 pip. Exactly, we had 4 bearish 30-minute without pullback, no LTA, only wick rejection. Be careful. Yeah, that's why you want to take it. If it just flips down, breaks the low, you get entered. If it starts to reflip, you be done. Have you had friends around you with similar mindset that would motivate you, or did you just grind by yourself? Grind by myself, man. Grind by myself. Should we wait for retest on gold? Yeah, that would be safer, but if you want to try the flip here, but you just have to understand what you're doing, right? It's not a position you hold, go back and draw down. It's a position where it flips, puts you in profit, comes back to entry, you get out at break even. Yeah, that's why you want to flip, because if it starts reacting off that 5-minute, you want to be out, you know. Yeah, that's how it will be right now. Exactly. Right. Took the flip there, like I was saying. But remember, I'm going to be at break even straight away now. Not letting this come back to entry, right? On the flip. So now basically okay, I'm out. I just closed it right there. Not allowing commission. That's it. Because I want the flip and straight continuation. And that's my plan there. If you want to hold it, yeah, but I don't agree with that. Because that's the thing. This was just a quick position. No time. So that's basically it. That's how quick you have to be on that. You get in the flip, reacts off this 5-minute support here, and then you're done. Just not to hold, because this is NFP day. Don't trust it going like that. So literally you get out exactly once it push you in 6 pips profit here. Once you see that 6 pips profit, as it come back, you're done. Now, according to my experiments, you can enter the exact same way. Yeah, but I expect after this top wick is made, then you go down. So please, I hope you guys were listening to that and you made sure to follow it like that, right? The only other way I can see you can enter is on setup 3 on 30-minute, on 15-minute, breaking this low if this candle closes bullish in 8 minutes. That's the next way to enter. Yeah, your B should be tapped once it reflips. It gave 6 pips, right? It gave 6 pips. You know, for SOMX, that's a win, right? 6 pips profit. I didn't even have time to put position. That's what I told you. This is not like a normal position. It's a shot. You give it a shot and then see what happens. Low risk just for fun. Not for fun, but you know, to make a little bit. Now that that's already, we tried the first option, now we can wait for something more solid, right? Now we can wait for something that we're going to see. You're in a sell? No, I'm not in any position right now. Nothing. And if you're in any position, you should not be holding it. If you're gonna be following what I do. I don't want to see in chat later on, oh, I'm getting screwed because it wasn't clear. I made this as clear as possible. That's why I don't like to talk about these quick positions, because many people don't understand them. That's literally the break there. As it breaks, you go, get in tiny profit. Once it starts to come back, that's it, you're out. Very quick. Which effect NFP will have? What is NFP day? It's a major news day. Major news day. So why we don't want to be, you know, end of the week. I don't want to take a loss today, to be honest. That's why I'm very aggressive with these type of options. Because remember, if the liquidity grab is going to happen, the whole reason I did this today is, first of all, we saw it just push here. Second of all, this is the exact same position where it came down, rebroke the lows, and then flew back up first, and then later came back down. How's your week been? I took all trades this week on stream. So my week has been, I've had 2 wins and yeah, 2 wins, 1 loss. So not the worst week, not the worst week. I think gold is going down. Yeah, it can make sense, but now we can, if we can form some structure first, that will give you more of a solid entry here. We tried the flip, obviously. You know, would gold TP hit if this was NY open? There would be more chances of volume coming in on the flip for sure. But again, this was just a shot to give yourself. You know, this is something I like to do sometimes because it can end up being very, very rewarding here. Now, if this candle wants to create some form of resistance, this could end up being alright, you know. We would have setup 3 on the 30-minute. I wonder if this would be a good setup 3 though. I'd prefer a shorter wick, to be honest. Would you consider buy if we close back in the range? Look, it's not crazy, but it's not something I would personally consider. Like, technically we are mixed bias, so I can't see it. But is it something I would do? Probably not. Like, if you told me I took a buy when it went back in the range, I wouldn't say you're crazy. You know, beginning of the month, you can give those flip shots, you know, but you don't want to take too many of those flip shots because BEs, if you keep getting BEs, they will add up too much, right? But beginning of the month not being too terrible, so you're okay with that, you know. Could you do GJ, please? I think yes, GJ, you should. I think buys would make sense above the 15-minute resistance as counter trend. First structure, this would be second structure to continue to 4-hour support if you're going to be trading GJ buys here. 10 BEs is one full SL. Depends how big the SL is, right? But no, it won't be. That would be because one BE commission and one BE depends where you're closing the BE. So I would say around 10 B. Yeah, you could average it because let's say some BEs you close at slightly negative, right? You don't even get out exactly at BE. If you close slightly at negative, then yeah, probably 10 BEs would equate to commission worth because it's $7 per pip, right? I mean, $7 per lot, but every lot makes you $10 per pip if you're trading something like gold. So you could account it to each BE. You could just round it off with spread and everything. Each BE is like maybe -1 pip, right? To round it off. You could round it off like that. So if you took, let's say you took 10 BEs, maybe it add up to 10 pips, right? So it's maybe, you know, yeah, that's how it would add up. GJ gonna sell like hell. We are bearish buys today, so you don't want to be too much in a rush. But for counter trend buys, above that 15 is probably where your shot is gonna be. Will gold make a new all-time high in the future? I mean, at some point, yeah, you would expect it to do so indeed. Anytime soon? Well, never say never, but I do think we at least have a short-term top here for sure. This is definitely a short-term top, if not a medium-term top. By short-term in investing means like 3 to 6 month top, by the way. Medium-term is like a year, long-term is multiple years. Just gonna go to the bathroom, give me a second, I'll be back. What would your gold entry be? I think at the moment now, my gold entry would probably be if a 5-minute was to close below here, would be the next entry option. You probably need some 5-minute closing below here. Then you could even use probably 5-minute stops. Try get down break even at this point. But yeah, you don't want to be taking too many Bs today, you know. Because again, Bs add up, right? And that's the whole point, is that when you can avoid a BE, it's good to avoid it. If you can afford a BE, then, you know, go and give yourself the shot. There's no harm in giving yourself the shot, you know. GJ is so confusing. Why? What you looking at? I think it's pretty clear today. It's pretty clear of what's going to happen. We are on obviously bearish bias here. And if any continuation is going to happen, you need something closing above this. Can't buy at resistance. So if you bought here, then it's too early to buy. Please tell when you take a trade. Yeah, when I take a trade and it's not like a flip option or something, and it's like a rule book trade, then I always I'll put a line on the chart. You guys know when I take a trade. I'll also discuss it very heavily before, so make sure that you're listening. But yeah, I probably will keep using the line. I was thinking to just use position, but position's not going to be good because people will think I'm already in when I'm not yet. So probably using the line. But this is why you give yourself the flip shot, because that flip shot sometimes can be very nice and give you. We've done that flip shot. The guys in the exclusive group will know in New York how many when we do that flip shot, right? We give it a shot on the flip, and sometimes it gives you a nice fat push here, you know, like a quick 15 pips, 16, 17 pips here, which is very nice. But again, you want to be aggressive with it. Just to avoid, because now you're like, ugh, this is not something you want to be holding. But you know the flip can at least put you into profit. It's very rare, but that's why you have stop loss. It's very rare that price will flip 1 pip and then reflip back up. Especially after making the top wick. If that happens where it flips 1 pip and reflips back up, then yeah, of course, that's just unlucky. We hit SL. But otherwise it flips, you know, and then comes back, you just get out. Because you expect it to continue. Next 1 minute, you literally expect it just to fly down. What's my plan now? Personally, for me, since it's NFP day, I don't want to be taking any positions that are going to be, you know, complicated or that I don't trust. So as extra so this is the two options you have. The option I will take is if we get a 5-minute closure below here would be nice, or 15 closure below here, and I can put stops back above 300. Now, if this candle just flips right now and breaks the lows here, that is going to be an entry option, but stops here is not going to be safe. I think you need to put stops maybe at least here at 301, just back inside the range in case price wants to do what it's doing right now again, grab liquidity, because remember of the push we had. So at some point price has to grab liquidity. That's how gold likes to work. It loves to do pullbacks. That's the whole reason it pulled back here, right? All of these early sellers here with these closes below the range, with this close here, all the early sellers in here, this closes, all these early sellers would hold drawdown during that, but it's just grabbing liquidity to continue down. Basic price action, right? Making lower highs, forming structure. So when we ask ourselves, where is the structure formed here? There isn't any, except for this tiny little structure here. So we need structure to form, right? We need structure to form. Now, if structure can form, obviously, then that's going to be simple. We could just enter wherever that structure is formed, put stop loss above that. But if you're going to enter just when this flips and breaks the low, then again, you'll have to give yourself room, I feel is going to be best. Whereas me personally, I would like to see some sort of 5-minute candle closing below this range. When I can get a 5-minute candle closing below the range, that will allow me to not need to run such wide stop loss, because I'll trust that that closure is my confirmation, right? Harry, just full margin? I wish, bro, I wish. Like, here's your liquidity grab, right? So this is exactly what we wanted first. Went half risk in this, what you in? This is on counter trend here. So you broke in first structure only. So technically, not always the best to do this when you have broken only one structure. Your cells probably want to be break of second structure, normally. This is just highly aggressive, but what is this on? See if it plays out, man. See if it plays out. You're in already? It did tap this watch zone here, so if it starts rejecting and stuff closing back above, I would say the 5-minute resistance, then it's no good. Otherwise, you can look to continue down to that yellow line. Aggressive B and half risk. Yeah, I think you could even manage this instead of going BE, because you do expect price to react off this, you know? So technically where you should be going BE is right here, but that's only 1 pip away, so it's not worth to go BE there. So if you decide to take a trade like this, you have to accept saying it's so close to my BE that I might as well just manage if a 5-minute candle is closing above structure. How much margin do you use in a trade? I haven't checked, but it's barely anything. I mean, I could actually calculate it for you guys right now. Let's calculate on a normal trade with the leverage I have how much margin I'm using. Let's see. So I need to convert that number into a percentage. I think it would be something around 10% margin if I'm not wrong. 10% margin. Right, but what I want you guys to understand is this is why the flip shot you have to go, even if it sucks that you went BE and it's like, you know, lost commission here, doesn't matter, otherwise you lose the trade. It's way worse, right? Way worse. It's a shot, and that's why I didn't put a blue line on that, because it's only for people who want to take a shot. Most people don't understand how to take shots, which is why I didn't want to encourage it, because it's a little bit more complex. What, a fake out again? Yeah, but we were ready for it this time, right? We were ready for it. We were ready for it. For sure. Why does this keep on happening? Maybe you can see a setup, a pattern setup 7. it's tough with gold. This is the whole reason I didn't like trading gold in London, is because in situations like this, it doesn't happen. You just get your clean close at resistance, no liquidity grab, and then you miss the move. And then other times it happens, sometimes it does two things. It can either be a fake out for a complete London reversal, or it can just be a liquidity grab to continue the trend. I closed full break of previous 15. What was your plan though? What was your entry? What was your entry plan? Because if your plan was to try the flip like me, then you would be out. But if your plan is to take a trade like a setup 1, just a close below the range, then probably you know the rules call for candle stop loss above previous candle high. So technically you'd still be in, but again, I was warning against us having that structure created first. So you probably, I wouldn't advise taking that setup 1, otherwise I would have taken it with you, right? I would have taken it with you. Cheers, Didier. Take care, brother. Appreciate everyone showing up on a Friday. Please don't do anything stupid for NFP, right? If you guys are enjoying the stream, be sure to leave a like. Goal is to get to 800 viewers or 900 viewers, and then we'll do another giveaway. That's just a little challenge I set, just for fun. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe so that you can show up to future streams. You guys need to be showing up to streams, right? You need to be showing up to streams so you can see how we trade. Showing up to a stream here and there is not going to be good, right? Because you're just going to come complain if you don't understand what we're doing, right? To be able to be part of all of our trades and what we do, you need to be showing up and understanding what's going on, right? Then I waited, but I closed full at break of previous high. Did I manage good? I think if you were going to take the setup 1 here, which I don't agree with, right? I don't agree taking the setup 1 here because of waiting for this pullback first. I agree with the aggressive flip, which we did get out, but then you need to keep stop above there and just leave it. The way you would manage is you would manage on something closing back inside the range and then breaking the high. But with it being so close to your SL, then you might as well just let it hit SL, right? It's crazy how I enjoy trading even though it can make me mad. Harry, please reply. How did I know it was going to be a fake out? Just gold tendency. Gold tends to do this, so we could be prepared for it. But we can also adapt to it in case gold wants to be nasty and doesn't do something, right? Because gold at the same time, even gold at the same time can flip and push. Like how many guys, all of my guys in the exclusive and on YouTube, how many times have you seen gold just flip and stop pushing? Right? All the time you see that happen. So we can adapt that. We know the flip will give us some sort of push, give it a shot, but we know a pullback is coming at some point. So we're ready for that pullback. Thanks for today. See you on weekend's webinar. Cheers, brother. Take care. Now we're closing back inside above this 15-minute support here. Yeah, you need to wait for something more. I got hooked on your content. Thanks to your shorts. My first time seeing you live. Oh, nice, nice. Welcome. Thoughts on GU? Let's see what's going on with GU. Yeah, it reacted off the support here. Remember, we're bullish bias today, right? Bias is bullish, which means that price can be expected to go up today. But now the problem is where you're going to take buys, not the cleanest ranges to take buys. So if this can go down further, would actually be better. And I'd actually be looking for buys back above here probably to continue up bullish. Something like that. I took setup 1. Yeah, what I'm saying, it's not about the management. It's about taking setup 1 here. This is not a good setup 1 because there hasn't been any pullback. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. Any chance for GJ counter trend? Only way you can enter GJ for next trade is going to be close above the range here. All these add to, yeah, exactly. Which is why we didn't just sit there and hold that trade, right? Which is exactly why I gave it a shot. So I didn't even put blue line, because I know people are going to hold this and then I'm going to get shit from. But I know the guys in the exclusive know exactly how we take those type of trades. And if you don't want to risk a break even because you don't want to give commission, you just don't take those. You know, there's no point. What do you think about going aggressive on funded accounts? Just don't trade aggressive. Just trade your plan. Giving yourself shots, you need to be a good enough trader to know when it's an option to give yourself a shot and when it's not. For me, I know that worst comes to worst, if I go really back to default, I just can do less and end up coming back into some form of consistency. You know? But I know options will present themselves, and sometimes, you know, I have to give them a shot. Because I want to, and I don't mind. Everything I do is budgeted towards me and what I'm doing. But you know, it being NFP day, we're not taking a loss today, which is evident. No way. Especially on gold here, right? NFP on gold day. It's like the worst day to trade gold before news. But since we're so early, we can still expect some form of moves. If this was NY, I'm not trading till after NFP for sure. And GJ, hopefully it sets up for next week, you know. Now we're just forming an accumulation range. We'll see what it does in the accumulation range here. I decided not to trade today. Big news events, and today I'm gonna wait for Monday and see how it, yeah, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all. If you just want to make the option. We'll be live on NFP. Personally, no, I'll be in the gym at NFP. Hi, auto trade question. What was your diet that made you lean before? Yeah, I can tell you that now after stream. But it's going to be individual, right? I eat the same food that made me lean, that makes me big. It's the exact same food, but quantity is reduced. Quantity is reduced. Can we take the re-entry? Yeah, I'm going to give you the guys the plan now. So the plan, counter trend buys on GJ are going to be above 192.308. So if you're looking for buys on GJ, it's only going to be above here. Please do not be tempted to trade inside of the range here, all right, guys? Now for gold, only way you're going to take sells is, I feel, 15-minute. NFP day, don't force, right? Don't force anything, right? Look for a 15-minute candle close below this support now. Even if this 15 candle comes and flies, forget about it, because you need the extra confirmation. At least if that trade you take with 15-minute candle closing below support, if that loses, you've done the best you could have done, right? You waited for all the confirmation, you've played it safe on NFP, and you've waited for all the confirmation you need. So that's exactly the way you should be playing it. Otherwise, just wait till after NFP, see what options there are on the chart. If not, show up Monday. Very, very normal, right? So that's about it, guys. Overall, not a bad week, you know. Definitely interesting. We traded gold all week this week. We had nice little win beginning of the week, break even as well. And yeah, we took, obviously yesterday was a wild day, and you know, we traded every day this week, so nice to be able to trade every day this week. And it's pretty standard week, you know, 2 wins 1 loss. I don't think that's a out of the ordinary week, especially on gold here. I expect there to be slightly more losses when I'm trading gold during London, but it's still profitable. If we look at our gold win rate so far, would be interested to see what I'm doing. Yeah, around 70% during London, which is not bad. I'd expect it to be something like this, you know, whereas GJ is about 5% more. So yeah, 70% win rate in London on gold is pretty much normal for me, for London trading gold here. And then next week, hopefully we can be back to GJ as well, and trading GJ as well. But yeah, pretty, as you can see, majority of the win rate on stream is coming from, you know, is coming from GJ as well. So be nice to get back to it because it is a king during London. So yeah, that's how things are. That's the overall analysis. Have an amazing weekend, guys. Thank you again for showing up to stream. Hope you found stuff useful. Hope you enjoyed the stream, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed all the trades, all the education and everything. Take care. I'll catch you guys next week. Show up to stream and let's kill it. I'm looking forward. Let's see if we can have no losses next week. That's the plan. It's always the plan every week, but you know, let's see if it happens. So I'll catch you guys next week. Take care. Trade sharp, and hopefully catch you guys very, very soon. Peace. Let's go, guys.